times you always end up trying to spend less money, but I always make this joke: the money you fail to spend, you will end up spending it and more in the beginning. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl SharonOraa, and today I am back with another video. I am going to be talking to you guys about my experience staying in an Airbnb and staying in a hotel in Barbados. Actually been to Barbados about 3 or 4 times if I'm not mistaken, and every single time I've been to Barbados I've always stayed in a hotel. This was actually my first time staying in an Airbnb. I had up to like 7 days and I tried to spread my stays just to get the most or the best affordable price. I love living good life, I love experiencing good things, but I try to maximize my money. The first mistake I made, I wish I had just tried to just book the remaining days in a hotel. So basically the Airbnb was put on the location, however it's quite hard to decipher the exact location. So let's say the Airbnb is in Bridgetown, but it could be in Bridgetown, which was actually the case for me. So normally when I go stay in a hotel, video is not sponsored by any of them, but I'm gonna use an example. I stayed in Time Out like on 2 different occasions in my visits in Barbados. Now Time Out is basically on the stretch of the gap, so as a traveler, as a foreigner, you know, that's not your location, that's not your base, but you're seeing people around on the different sides. The location is lively. Your job there, I always try to do this on all my trips wherever I'm going to different places. The first time I'm being dropped by the taxi, I take like a few hours, a few minutes just to explore the surrounding, explore the environment. That way I could kind of put certain landmarks. This is where I could stop, or this is where I'm going to, just in case I miss my way. But I noticed the case was quite different staying in the Airbnb, just because of it was quite of a residential area, which is really nice in the sense of it gives you peace, it gives you comfort, tranquility, but you're a traveler and you want to, you know, you're traveling to explore nature, the culture, and you also want to be in a place where it has different other people exploring the same thing as you, especially if you're like me that likes to walk around a lot. I love to be able to see different people also walking around a lot. It gives me that feeling of safety, regardless of even how much the place is safe, but it gives me that feeling of confidence. Like, you know, I could actually walk out by any time of the day and I know I'm gonna see 2, 4, 5 souls on the road. But this case was different. I stayed in the Airbnb and it was really nice. It had basically everything you need, but what it was lacking was kind of that people around it. So it was basically isolated from the life, and to reach any location we had to do like 1 hour and something. So in order to avoid doing that long hike, we had to use money to get taxis to go to those places. And at the end of the day, when we calculated the amount of money that was spent on the taxis, that would have actually gotten you a nice spot in a hotel in the gap. So basically the money I was trying to prevent spending, I ended up spending it and ×2. Whereas most of these hotels, I also say this, when you get an Airbnb, most times the options of breakfast and things like that are not provided for you. However, when you're getting a hotel, you have the choice to like pick, okay, if I'm gonna put like a breakfast packages, or basically hotels also come with deals where it could be like, you know, add the food. If you're bougie and you want to get the all-inclusive package, you basically have the option of just, you know, you pay for that, you come with your boxes, you come with yourself, you know, food is covered. All you have to do now is just plan the itinerary, wake up, you have food, you go out, you come back, you have food, and you know, you're just living, you're chilling. A couple of times as a solo traveler, so you go to the hotel and you know, you come down, you go to the lobby, you could see various travelers. Everybody has almost the same particular goal for vacation as you. It's easier to actually make friends as a solo traveler, you know, talk to people, or what are you guys like, or which areas to visit and get things, compared to us if you're actually staying in an Airbnb where you're confined to your room and your space. So basically I would say if you want to stay in an Airbnb, best not be for the purpose of solo traveling. If you're going with someone or if you're going with a family, then it's perfectly it could be the right choice because you have companionship, you have people. But if you're going as a solo traveler, you want to also consider the probability of, you know, making friends, meeting new people, being in a community where you also see people are trying to vacation as you are. Thirdly, also, and this now is not just my experience, but of recent I tried bridging into helping people create itineraries and just work with a budget, and I kind of experienced the same thing. I noticed the same thing. So most of the activities we wanted to book, and I'm using Barbados as an example, they also have pickup locations where if you're booking, let's say you're booking to snorkel, you're booking to visit maybe a rum tasting experience, things like that, there are usually options where you could get pickups from various locations. And when you check most of the locations, you also notice that they are centered around hotels. So we tried doing that for her, and we booked an Airbnb for her to stay in, and we tried checking, we tried fixing the location for pickup, but that was not available. So it all still boils down to the whole accessibility, and you know, if you're gonna get a car, if you're gonna rent a car, then perfect, that could be the great choice for you. But if you know you want a bus, you want to, like, you know, use a comfortable transport system or get pickups and things, I would say maybe you may consider rethinking your choice if it's Airbnb or a hotel you want to stay in. Lastly, also, for me, whenever I go to a new place, I love walking. Google Maps is my best friend. Once I discovered how to use it, I use this like every single time. So whenever I stay in a hotel route, it gives me like that comfortability, even if it's like just around the area. If it's like a 20 minutes walk, 30 minutes walk, I know, okay, it's easy for me to identify the spots. But I noticed I had difficulties this time around when booking Airbnb, because of the routes was different. The routes it took me to, it carried me where I don't know, but it took me to places that I was like, wait, is this the right place? But at the end of the day, I was able to still navigate my way through. It was just really difficult compared to when I was staying in the Gap and, you know, places like that where I could literally walk around, I could meet people, and I could find out, so I could ask, hi, where do I get to this place, where do I get to that place? And we've come to the end of this video. Let me know which you prefer, staying in an Airbnb or staying in a hotel. Let's know the reasons also, if it tallies with what I said, or if there was something you wish to add, and, you know, for other people watching this to also see along. And if you stay to this end of this video or you learned something from this video, definitely it means you loved it. Don't make this be your last. Subscribe, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.